Okay guys, today we're going to be installing one of these golden rods and reviewing it. Okay, so how this works is it essentially just warms the air in your safe. So there's two types of humidity. There's absolute humidity and relative humidity. Absolute humidity is just the amount of water in a given amount of air. I do believe it's grams per cubic meter. Relative humidity is just the amount of water that air can hold in percentage. So cold air cannot hold as much water as warm air. So relative humidity, that's the number that we actually care about. So by warming the air in your safe relative to the air outside, even though it'll have the same amount of water, so the absolute humidity won't change, the relative humidity will. And relative humidity is what we are caring about as far as rust and stuff goes on metal. So to put this in a real world application, if you've ever been working in a humid environment outside, as the sun goes down, you'll notice you'll start sweating a ridiculous amount more. In some situations where the humidity was crazy high, maybe after a storm it starts cooling off, you can even see condensation on cars and stuff like that. All you people on the East Coast know exactly what I'm talking about. So the reason that the water starts condensing on everything is because as the air temperature cools, the air was so saturated, it had a very high relative humidity, that as it cools it cannot hold that water anymore, so it releases it. So when we're warming the air, we're going to be doing essentially the reverse. We're going to be reducing the relative humidity by warming the air. Now if you're all a little bit concerned about that, it does work, and I'm going to show it to you. Okay, as far as installing the golden rod, it really doesn't matter a whole lot where you put it in your safe. However, you do get slightly better circulation if you put it near the bottom, simply because warm air rises. So that's why you'll typically see these in the bottom of people's safes, or even in museums. Sometimes you'll see them there as well. So sometimes you see them right here in front. You can put it kind of on either side. You just want to make sure that if your safe door has anything like this, or the main bolts, you want to make sure that those aren't going to smash into it when they close. So if you get a shorter version and you want to put it on the side, you can fit them right here. Okay, I happen to get the 12-inch one. This one is more than enough for my safe. I can't remember the cubic feet that this one will do, but it'll do way more than my safe. But they do make bigger ones for larger safes and larger areas. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mount this up. I think I'm going to go put it here on the side. As far as the wire connection goes, they have this thing that essentially these two prongs stab into the wire, and it completely comes apart. So that allows you to get this through a really small hole in your safe. Now my safe isn't cool enough to have an outlet, and I haven't put an outlet kit in it, so I've just got a hole drilled for my lights where those come through. So I'm just going to stick this through the same hole and plug it in outside my safe. So I'm going to take that, and there's already that bend there from where I took it out before. I'm just going to put it back exactly how it was. You can also trim the wire, which is really nice. And then when you push this back on, there's some ridges there that will push those connections into the wire. So a little bit of resistance, and then there you go. And you just plug it in. I got this outlet right here. You can get an outlet kit too and make your safe all fancy if you'd like, but this is what we're doing. Okay, and then for wire management, honestly, all I do is I just take hot glue, and it sticks really well to this carpet stuff. You can see that I did it like right there for some lights, and it's all hidden. It's not super hidden, but when you look on it from the front, you'll never see it. Okay, guys, so ideally you want your gun safe to be between about 35 and 45% relative humidity. Anything above that and guns and stuff starts to rust. Anything below that and wood stocks start to crack. Now I have one gun that has any wood on it at all. I'm a big synthetic guy, so if I'm on, and the wood I have is painted and stuff, so anyway, so if I'm on the lower end, I'm totally fine. Also, you'll notice I live in a desert, so normally the humidity where I'm at is honestly not too bad, so I don't even really need my dehumidifier on most of the time. However, I'm still going to turn it on and show you how it affects the humidity level. Yeah, so it didn't lower the humidity a whole lot, but just those few percentage points is enough to make a big difference in honestly a relatively short amount of time. So even if you're opening and closing your safe throughout the day multiple times, it's still going to help because it takes effect that quickly. We're 12.5 watts times 24 hours in a day times 365 days a year. So that's
109,000 watt hours. We're going to get that into kilowatt hours by dividing by 1,000. That's 109 kilowatt hours times, as the making of this video, the national average price for electricity is, this is in dollars, so 0.166, so 16.6 cents per kilowatt hour. So you're about $18.17 to run this, essentially a safe heater or dehumidifier for a whole year. Also, this thing does get quite warm. So if we measure it, it's like 149, 150. The hottest I saw earlier was like 150 something degrees. So it does get warm, too warm to comfortably touch, but not warm enough to light anything on fire or melt anything.
Okay guys, so as you saw in that time lapse, it brings your relative humidity down pretty much like that, and almost instantly takes effect. So it absolutely works. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you have any other questions or comments about safe dehumidifiers or anything, please put it in the comments section below. Okay guys, as always, thanks for watching.